Hello, welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Ilsa, mama of 6, currently homeschooling my 3 younger children, 13, 4, and 2, and we have officially been homeschooling for this new school year 2023-2024 for 6 weeks, and we are getting our rhythm, we are getting used to a routine, and it feels so good to be back onto a daily routine, because sometimes it just feels like you're just rolling around like out of whack, and it makes it so much easier for the kids to dive into a routine that they're going to feel good and confident about and know that when they wake up there's some structure there. Summer is fun, but summer can be too loose. So if you watched any of my previous homeschooling videos, you have seen that for my kindergarten curriculum, I have chosen The Good and the Beautiful, which has become one of my favorite curriculums. I have not dived into many, but for my little guy, this is working so well, and we are on lesson 46, and we are truly enjoying this curriculum. And we also are doing Little Hearts and Hands for the science. Which we did start over the summertime because it does have a lot of lessons that you can do during the summer. But we took it really slow, and there were some lessons that I wanted to save for the change of season. Now that we're going into autumn, we can do the plants, parts of the plants, the trees, why trees last throughout the year, different types of lesson in there. And I really wanted to dive into it with a different season approaching. And I just wanted to state that if you are a mama to a little one and it is your first time homeschooling, just know that no one gets it 100% right. There is no right way or only way for everyone to be doing it. You have to do what works for you and your child. You have to make sure that your little one is grasping the information and you feel good about what you're putting out into your home. For me, my biggest struggle or my biggest concern was not being able to teach my children to read, and which we definitely need to get that mindset out of our head. We need to let it go, because there's no reason why we can't teach our children to read if someone else can teach our child to read. There are many children that pick up reading quicker than others, and then there are others that take a little bit longer. And this is not a race, this is not a competition. You need to know that just because there may be a little kid down the road from you that is able to read at the same age as yours does not mean that you're failing your child. It just means that your child is just taking their time. And sometimes it's better for the child to take their time so that they understand the format of reading, of spelling, of writing words, of pronouncing things, so that they don't get stuck later on down the road. So although it was my biggest concern going into homeschooling, because my older son already knows how to read, but I would be teaching my 2 younger children to read, and I was really concerned about that. But because I made sure to get my resources, and I've watched many videos of wise homeschool mamas, and I made sure to do my own reading and dove into The Good and the Beautiful and really enjoy how it breaks down the language arts. I know that I am confident and I am able to teach my child to read, and my son, who is not yet 5, is able to pronounce his words and make word families, and he can read some sentences. He's reading his books. So I believe that we are on the right track. So take that doubt and throw it out the window, because you just need to prepare. You need a good, strong foundation, and you can help your child learn how to read. So I just wanted to share some resources that I have been using and ways that we've been learning words and how to read. So I hope this is helpful to you. This tool, this hack right here, I had watched over on YouTube from another mama, and she shared it, and I'm going to try to share her link below. I know I saved it, I just got to find it, but I'm going to share it below because it was so helpful. She has amazing videos of teaching her children to read at 3 years old. I mean, amazing. So here I just took the alphabet, 26 letters of the alphabet in lowercase, wrote it on index cards, punched a hole through it and just added a ring. Simple, homemade here. And what I did was have my child sit with me, my son. We sat across from one another, and I had said, okay, I am going to do the sounds of the alphabet, and you're going to listen. You're just going to listen. And then afterwards, you're going to have a turn, and you're going to say the sounds, right? So that's all I had told him. And to make it fun and exciting, because little ones can be a little antsy and want to just speed, through the process. We got these fun pointers, and as I'm flipping the cards and he's saying it, he is tapping on the card, and he's saying the sound as he's tapping, which makes it more exciting. So I got them on Amazon, like a pack of 3 for myself and my 2 little ones, and we would flip through them as fast as we could, and we'd go, duh, and when it's his turn, he would say, duh, and he would, duh, quickly, just one time. You go through it about a minute. This has been a game changer. My 2.5-year-old does it with his pointer, and he has almost all 26 letters, the sounds of all the 26 letters down, and it's amazing. And I mean, this was made, no purchase necessary other than your index cards. Really great tool. These flashcards I purchased on Amazon. They are in a large box, and they go up to sight words for 3rd grade. So we're doing the K sight words, and we're going through them. This is a large deck, so we don't go through them in one sitting. I pick about 15, and we go through those for a little while, or the first 15 that are with the books, that align with the books that he's currently reading and his lessons. They're not attached to the Good and the Beautiful, but you can find the words that you're using in your books to match the flashcards, and that's what we'll do, and we'll sign them out. And as my son is reading, I did get this from the Good and the Beautiful. I did get this from the Good and the Beautiful. And what we did here is, as he is sounding out the first letter, he would say, p, 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 e, g. So I would cover the 2 last letters and just only show him the first letter. He'd do the sound, the next sound, and the next sound of the word, and say it as he's pronouncing it, right? As he's sounding it out. P-ig, p-ig, and faster. So it is up from the Good and the Beautiful, and there was a video on their site. So what's great about the Good and the Beautiful is that when you are doing your lesson, at the bottom of the page, it'll tell you that there is a video that you can watch to align with your lesson to help your child along, because there are children who like to see things visually, like to grasp it in a different way. So sometimes we'll pause our lesson and we'll go over and just watch the quick, like 20-second, 1-minute long video, and help with the sounds of the lesson that we're working on, the letters that we're working on, and it's super helpful. And our booster aid cards, you do the booster aid cards before you jump into the lesson. You want to make sure that your child masters the card before you jump into the lesson. So card 1, let's say we're doing card 1s, and it's CVC words, blending the words, making families. So you would start at HT and hat, and then add the T, and it's super helpful. And here it has a little circle on the bottom where you would click, and it would say mastered on the bottom here, and that's when you know you can move on to the next card. That means your child has mastered it. And when you're doing the lessons of the Good and the Beautiful with level K language arts, so this is lesson 46. This we would do together. We would sit together, we'd read through the words, we'd create our word families here, and then this is independent practice. So if you need a few minutes to step away, grab a cup of coffee, your child, your little one can do independent practice here, and on the top of the page, it would just tell you complete. So some of the lessons have 2 pages, and then some of the lessons are 1 page and independence practice. This literally takes us about 15 minutes, sometimes 20, 30 minutes if we're throwing in the reading first. Like if we're doing the reading first, we're doing this. So this we do during Bible time in the morning. We do the sounds during Bible time in the morning. We read our Bible. And then when we're doing our lessons later on, we'll read our books. We'll do our booster A cards. And then we'll jump into our lesson. and it has been working out amazing. The Good and the Beautiful breaks it down very simple. You don't have to do any of the guessing or any of the digging work to figure out whether or not you're on track with how you should be teaching your child. There are a lot of videos that you can watch to help navigate through the lessons on their website. They also have an app that has made things so much easier so that you don't have to go digging through the whole website. And like I said, we are currently doing the Little Hearts and Hands science book, which is really fun. They have activities in here. I have the parent guide, so I can read it first, and it kind of guides me on how to do the lesson for my little ones. Super simple, very beautiful with their pictures. I mean, when you have little ones and you want to keep them entertained, they have beautiful pictures here, and I'm truly loving that and how it all just goes. We had did a big study on the butterflies, and look at those beautiful pictures. I mean, it looked beautiful when our butterflies had hatched. That is how we've been doing Level K language arts with my little one. We have all our books here, our 20 books, and it aligns with our Level K, and that's how we've been doing our homeschooling with my kindergarten. And my little one does sit alongside us for most of it. He's doing the sounds, and so he'll be prepared, and it's going really well. So